Let me home.
Oh my good Christ. Let me tell you a tale. Let me tell you a tale. Just give me 2 minutes here. I forgot to click a button and I need to change my thing on Twitch. Okay. I need that mod. Hold on. I need to actually start the game. Oops. I had the game started and then it crashed. It's a weird thing. Hi. I have been sick. Okay. But we've a lot to talk about aside from me being sick. A crash has been detected. What do you mean? The game is just continuously crashing. Okay, it's working now. Alright, yeah. Okay. Prepare your earballs. Oh my god. Let me explain. I have so much to talk about. But my good Christ. Give me 2 seconds here. Forgot to do a setup thing. Doodaloo, doodaloo, doo doodaloo, doo 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 doo. Okay. Where do I begin? Okay, first of all, first things first. Oh my god, do not play board games with sick children. You will catch the plague and then be laid out on your ass for 4 days, because that's exactly what happened to me. I thought I was being the cool uncle. I was like, listen boys, I'm the cool uncle. I bought board games as a hobby many years ago. Let's play some board games. Second youngest nephew has some sort of cold. It's not COVID. We got tested, came back negative. But he had something. And I played the board game on Wednesday night. Thursday, my entire body was on fire. Okay, my immune system had activated into overdrive. Friday, oh my god, waves of nausea and inflammation. Saturday, I actually kind of felt okay, but only for the brief window that I streamed on Saturday. Then that Saturday night, I was just sweating. I was gross. I was awful. Sunday, could barely function as a human being. Just Monday, day 4 of this illness. My nose and my eyes are just running. My throat hurts. My chest is congested. Sunday night, it hurt to cough. Today, my nose feels dry and my eyes hurt a little bit. But we're back to normal, okay? Oh my god. This was like the worst cold I've ever had. Ever. I doubt it was COVID because I was vaccinated, and like, you know, the probability that it was after the person who gave it to me testing negative and I also being vaccinated, very low that it was actual COVID. But it sounds like you haven't been drinking enough flat 7-Up. Dude, I was lashing vegetable soup, 7-Up, and dark chocolate into me, and it was not enough. Now, you'll also notice that we're 30 minutes late to this stream, okay? And that's because those of you who were checking my Twitter, okay, yesterday, I posted about a fly that had been caught in my skylight window over there. I have a diagonal roof, okay, and there's little windows in it, and you can open those windows perpendicular to let air flow into the room, okay? There's been a fly stuck in my goddamn skylight window, just like panicked randomly for the last 2 days. I even made a tweet about it. And I was like, he's got to get out eventually. I left the window open for him for 2 days, okay? I didn't want to and like, that window's above my bed, so spiders are getting in and shit. I had to clear out cobwebs. I had, like, every time I feel something touch my face when I'm in bed, I'm like, oh, spider. But I suffered through all of that to let this bastard of a fly out the window, okay? Every now and again, he's just panicking. So I'm like, it's day 3 today, right before I'm about to stream. I'd forgotten about him, sat down, thought he'd gotten away, and then I hear the, and I'm like, fuck, it's 2 o'clock, right? Okay, that was 30 minutes ago. And I was like, right, quick, I'll get him out real quick. Now I have a pole hook. It's like a collapsible metal pole, right? And on the end is like a little hook that you can grab the skylight window and pull it open or shove it closed. And I was like, this is the only way I can reach this fucking fly. So I grabbed that, put it to like a reasonable extent. Thank you so much, Zentp. I put it to a reasonable extent, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just nudge him out of the window, okay? That was 30 minutes ago. It took me 20 minutes to nudge this fucking fly out the window, because like the window's depth is like 3 inches, okay? There's like glass about a centimeter thick, and then there's like 2.5 inches of like lip, and then out is like the freedom. But this dude, like, he's trying to just fly up, no matter how much I pull him down, he won't go left or right. He's only going up because he sees the sky, and he's like, I need to get to the sky. And no matter what I do, right, it took me 20 minutes with a hook on a pole to exhaust this fly to the point where he climbed onto the hook. Okay, I was trying to like nudge him at first. I was like, come on. I figured if I nudged him off the glass enough, he would just eventually, like, statistically, he would fly out from the window. But no, he kept going down and then straight back up. And so then I was like, okay, I'll stop nudging him. And then I was trying to use the hook to like get the fly inside of it and then pull down sharply so I could like yeet him out the window. I could be like, ugh, and like pull him down. And also the angle of the sun, because it's winter, the window is south facing, so the sun is like directly in my eyes. I actually have blind spots from trying to look out this window at the same time because the sun is directly in my eyes this entire time. So I'm getting fucking blinded. I'm trying to like save a fly's life. This is the most amount of time that someone has ever spent for such an insignificant being's life when I could have just fucking crushed him, okay? I could have just killed this fly and been like totally better off with my life, but I didn't. I sat here and I should try to save the fly, okay? So I'm getting blinded. I'm trying to get the fly down. I'm like, ugh. And eventually I fucking give up and the fly gives up and I just hold the pole near him and he climbs onto it. I'm like, yes. And I slowly lower it down. And just as I'm about to poke it at the window, so he will fucking get out, he jumps off it and goes straight back up into the window and traps himself again. I'm like, oh my fucking God. So then I just chase him around for the next 5 minutes. I chase him, I tire him out, he gets tired, he climbs onto the hook. I pop him out the window, I slap it, and he zooms off into the wilderness. And that's why the stream is 20 minutes late. 30 minutes late is because I had to save a fucking fly because it was zizzing around inside my window and it was annoying me. There you go. That's why I had to... That's why we're late, right? I had to save a fly's life. I'm actually exhausted from that. I don't even want to play. I want to go back to bed. I'm sick still. I'm congested. My sinuses are inflamed. My nose is dry and painful. My eyes are runny. My eyes are stingy. It's like allergies. My skin hurts a little bit still. I hurt my fucking shoulder somehow. Like, I don't know how I hurt. This is my good shoulder, and I hurt it today hoovering. I was vacuuming because I was like, my room is kind of dusty. It's probably a good idea to hoover every like 2 days because I got carpet. You know, carpet traps dust. Give it a quick once over every couple of days. Bada bing, bada boom. Keep the dust down. I hadn't hoovered in a couple of days because I was sick and I was laying in bed most of the time. And I hurt my shoulder hoovering because it's a one-handed hoover. So I was like, and then my shoulder just goes, and just died. And now my shoulder is really sore. So not in a good mood today, okay? That's where we're at. If you're wondering so if you came to the stream with the question, how are you, Potato? That's how I am. I'm fucking awful, okay? Things have not started out well. Okay, Grandpa, shut the... You need a Roomba? I actually don't mind hoovering. It takes like 5 minutes. You just run around the room and you're good to go. Sound like someone is in his 30s? Listen, dude, I turned 30 in July and 30s hit different, let me tell you. But it can only get better. That's the kind of optimism I need. Also, thank you so much, ZNP, for becoming a member of the channel. And thank you so much, Colder Medusa, for the 100 biddies. It was your first chat to the channel, too. But yeah, that was that was a fun start to the day, let me tell you. Now, we got a Naval game to play. I forgot to check if my mods are active.
New powers call forth. From the barrel of muskets to flowers of fire in the sky. Even the quiet words...
This is how the AI feels and save every time you beat them in war? True.
The world, once so vast and mysterious, has grown smaller and more familiar. Yet, there are always questions to be answered.
Dude, are you related to Bellular? No, he's from Northern Ireland, which... practically makes him an alien compared to me. Real talk. Siak Attack, thank you so much for the thing. Whatever it is you did, Siak Attack, I didn't fully see it because I'm still unwell. But thanks for becoming a member of the channel. I see it now on my alert feed. Sound is really odd. Hi, my name is PotatoMcWhiskey and I'm testing the sound of my live stream. Hi, my name is PotatoMcWhiskey and I'm testing the sound of my live stream. I don't know, it sounds fine. Sounds normal other than a sick potato. Yeah, game sound. I don't know what's happened to my game sound, but it does sound really weird. Now, when you say it sounds weird, what do you mean by that? That's the thing. What sounds weird about the game sounds? Because I used to run my game mono. Let's have Civ music today. No. Unfortunately, there's like the simple answer is sometimes the Civ music gets copyright struck, and I like money, so there you go. That's the answer. I don't like sharing my revenue with people that you know, that I don't have to. So if I can cut the music out and I get to keep all the money, bada bing, bada boom. Before COVID cancelled it, I was supposed to go to marching band to some big parade competition in Ireland. And one of the tips we got was not to talk about parts of Ireland, especially North and South specifically. Maybe it's just me. No, there have been. I've noticed that ever since I moved to my new computer setup, the game does sound differently, but I can't figure out what it is. So that's why I'm like, does somebody, like... It definitely sounds weird, but I can't figure out what it is. It's like there's no... It's like the bass of the treble is wrong or something. I don't know what it is. You missed the mystery pre-face cam? You can just close your eyes, dude, and listen.
Let's go, Mr. Potato.
Thank you so much, Jacob Hall. It's always good to bring it up. You never know. True, yeah. If you think there's a sound issue, we check with everybody. We see what the story is. Potato, did you know the graphic novel Dicks by Gareth Ennis and John McCree? Just started to read it, wondered if it depicted Irish people in an accurate way. I feel like I'm going to look up graphic novel Dicks, and it's just going to be penises. Gareth Ennis Dicks. I don't know it. But looking at the cover, you know, I would say, see, he's got the flaming red hair, the mustache, he's rolling a ciggy. Looks like he's wounding someone. He's got the L can. Yeah, I'd say this is like at least, I know at least 3 Irish people who fit this man's look. Probably about 5 or 6 who fit this stereotype of smoking, drinking, and getting into fights. I know about 6 Irish lads that look like this guy over here. So I would say this is like a reasonably accurate depiction of Irish people. Windows settings, Dolby versus digital surround sound. Dolby. I don't know what it is. How's the Brexit affecting the relations between the islands? I mean, that's like a complex political topic that I'm not really equipped to answer accurately. I would say I could speak my own feelings about it pretty, confidently, but I couldn't really speak very well, for both countries. I could give you a very general idea of what probably each political group feels. But individual users, of course, are going to have their own feelings and their own opinions and their own, this, that, and the other. I could give you a very general overview that but beyond that, couldn't give you specifics because they probably don't exist. Can you just not? Thank you very much. Okay, cable. Right, this cable was being annoying. Right. Sorry, I need to blow my nose. Alright, you didn't have to get subjected to that noise. Right. Shall we get started on playing the game? Hey, Spuddies! PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 in the Naval game, where we are playing as Brazil, and the entire world is a series of islands that are overpopulated, and we've been pretty much caught between a rock and a hard place, except the rock is the ocean and the hard place is a mountain range beyond which we find Japan. Japan has basically been at war with us for the majority of the game. However, we managed to just barely eke out a peace, which I suppose likely comes from the fact that we managed to actually increase our military score to a high enough level and our science to a high enough level where Japan was like, you know what, maybe this war isn't the best idea anymore. Now, where we left off, we were in the middle of building ourselves a mausoleum at Halicarnassus in the capital city, and we also kind of were hoping that we could maybe get the Kilwa as well, if at all possible. We're also working a lot on our lighthouses and our waterfronts and even a little bit of campuses and stuff like that. We have most of our campuses fully built, and we have really, really good adjacency on our campuses, which I'm actually quite happy about. Speaking of high adjacency on our campuses, 1, 2, 3, I think I will have to unfortunately buy this tile. As much as I would like the city to grow to that tile, it's a very far out tile, and Mohenjo-Daro will likely take it next. And I would like this tile for that +4 campus right there. Now, one problem we had was that we actually couldn't even get exploration done because of the war. But now we're finally getting an opportunity to find out what the map actually looks like. And that's going to be an exciting thing to do because it opens up. Maybe we find somebody who's really low in technology and we'll have a really easy time attacking with ships and maybe aircraft. Right now, our current plan is essentially just to rush for aircraft and hope that we have aluminum. We're heading for radio to pick up aluminum and then for advanced flight to be able to make bombers. And that's why we went so heavily into tech here, so that we could hard focus into the aircraft and navy side of the tech tree. Now, when it comes to Daddy Morbus, I think the most important yield for me this game is actually universities. So I'm just going to, or is actually science. So that means I'm just going to rush universities, which maybe isn't the best decision. But it is the decision that I'm going to do. I'm also going to grab grants with Pingala for the extra great people points, because it would be nice to be able to get ourselves a great scientist or two. I'm not the greatest in terms of great scientist points per turn, but we are making a decent amount.
Gott grüße euch.
Now, lovely. There is the mausoleum at Halicarnassus. Now, the mausoleum at Halicarnassus is a fantastic wonder for a number of reasons. The first reason that the mausoleum at Halicarnassus is a wonderful wonder is because it's a wonder, and it will give you a very, very slight boost to your tourism. If I open up the tourism map mode here, you can see I'm getting +4 tourism from it, and that will grow as the game continues. However, the most important reason that you get the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus is for these incredible tile yields, especially in some kind of navy game. Look at this fishing boat, right? 3 food, 2 production, 5 gold, 1 culture, 1 faith, and 1 science. Now, is that not beautiful? That is an absolutely wonderful set of yields, and hopefully when we build our waterfront, that will actually necessarily be a lot better once we have all those things in place. The yields from this should be even better. And then the other extra super duper most important reason the mausoleum is so good is because the mausoleum gives you a special ability that gives all of your great engineers an additional charge. This can be really useful, particularly if, say, in the late game we decide to switch to a scientific victory. Any great scientist or any great engineer that boosts rocketry, for example, or any spaceport related technology, I'll get double benefit. So for example, if there's a great engineer that gives me 100% production bonus towards space race projects, I'll be able to use him twice and triple rather than double my ability to build spaceport projects. So very powerful wonder to be able to get lots of culture, faith, and science, but also very powerful wonder in order to be able to transition into various types of victory, because the great engineer point also can be quite useful. Like, for example, if I were to build up a huge amount of faith and grab myself a great engineer and, for example, be able to use Filippo Brunelleschi here, who normally has 2 charges, I could get 3 charges out of him and build something that I otherwise would not be able to do. Oh man, I am loving all this exploration that I'm getting done. This is making me very happy. I got Mausoleum in my current game where my city is on a peninsula. It's bonkers. It is really bonkers. It's really powerful.
Behold the
Ooh, Halong Bay.
heavens and
Halong
earth.
Bay is one of my absolute favorite natural wonders. It doesn't, it's not like super powerful or like incredibly amazing. It's just like, if I really here's a challenge I want to give to the viewers. I would really like to find a save file as a either religious or naval-based civilization where they start with Halong Bay in their capital. If you could find me the start location for that, that would be really cool. I'd be super down to play that game. I've always wanted that. I've never looked particularly hard for it, but it's the type of game I would love to play myself. So Japan is actually looking very submissible and conquerable at the moment. If we look here, most of their cities are coastal, and they also don't have many walls. So I could very easily attack Japan here, which is something I should definitely consider. Now, the question is, how am I going to conquer Japan? If I'm going to conquer Japan, it's probably go time now to get some frigates and hit them hard. However, Japan is still ahead of me technologically. So, despite the fact that now might be the best time to go, I don't make enough niter to be able to actually make that happen. Thank you so much, Slack Attack, for becoming a member of the channel. Or no, that's a Twitch Prime. Any primers in chat? Twitch Prime, immediately, okay? We're going to use the D.GG method of conditioning. Every time I snap my fingers, I expect a Twitch Prime. Okay? Stolen meme. That's right. I'm a meme thief. Okay? I learned from the best. Aesthetic Gabe. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Ooh. Maybe the time to strike is with the Minas Gerais. Now, the question is, do I go for mercantilism or do I boost straight for... I think I go straight for nationalism and try to hit it with the Minas Gerais. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit them with the Minas Gerais. Oh my god, more Twitch Primes. Thank you so much from Seize the Dave. Yeah, I think we go for the Minas Gerais and then we smash Japan. Now, that means we need to get our culture up. Timmy G55, thank you so much for becoming a member with the Twitch Prime. Twitch Primer. Now, so I need to think about how do I get my culture income up.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
I reckon one way that I could get my culture up is to actually buy a pair of great works of writing. So I wonder if there's anybody on the map here who is willing to sell me, well, there's a whole bunch of like luxuries here that I could buy too for very, very cheap. So I'm just going to go through and buy all those because that'll give me some extra yields across my empire. I'm also going to go ahead and look for great works, in particular great works of writing that I could get for cheap. Looks like I get Germany for 10 gold and Japan's for 15. I'll grab both of those. That'll give me an extra little chunk of culture per turn. That's 4 extra culture. Not a massive boost, but in exchange for about 20% of my gold for quite a nice boost to my culture, which will mean we'll unlock this Minusca raise quite a bit sooner. I maybe should have focused a little bit more on culture. I maybe went a little bit too hard on science here, which is making me reconsider focusing so hard on science.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Let's buy our traders in the capital. I'm gonna hard build a shipyard, which I normally don't do. Popalop, thank you so much for becoming a Twitch Primer. Thanks so much for the Twitch Prime, dude. Gonna bring this quadrireme over because I believe it can be upgraded into the Minusca raise. I'm pretty sure they made it so that all unique units can be upgraded into, which was really a good change for the game. I'm kind of like disturbed that it was not like that for a period of time. Let's go ahead and trade with my Henjodaro for the extra envoy as well. So thinking about what I need to do in order to get this war to go ahead.
Here, take the last of my bits.
Thank you so much, Colder Medusa, for your 200 biddies. They will be put to good use buying myself a mansion in West Hollywood. Alright, we've got to deal with a lot of Japanese samurai trebuchet memes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Japan is looking very easily conquered here, which would give me full control over my own island. Definitely from a naval standpoint, this would be a very easy war. Archie Samuels, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Have you upgraded to Windows 11 yet? You know what? I'm not going to think about that until the new year. I will take a friendship with Katarja because I believe I used to have an alliance with her, and so perhaps getting another alliance with her would make the war with Japan even easier. So let's go ahead and get a military alliance with you. You might even pay me a little bit of gold, and then that's that. Now coming into my capital, do I really want the Kilwa in here? Like, how important is it that I get this Kilwa? I would say it's like reasonably important to me. But I think I'm also going to place, let me make sure I turn these back on. Shift S, and then I'm going to go ahead and place the waterfront district here. But I will work on the Kilwa. The Kilwa will come. What can I upgrade into the Somali war cart? What? What? If you look up PotatoMcWhiskey Civ 6 mods, you'll read a whole list of mods he uses on Steam. True. Never go early on a new Windows build. Wait until they patch out and iron out all the incompatibilities. Yeah, usually what I do is I wait till they offer the free upgrade. So we're possibly looking at a Dark Age here. I would like to be in at least a normal age. So I'm going to maybe prioritize fixing that problem. My cities do not have very good production, which is a little bit of a problem for me. One-time deals. No, I refuse. But heading into the industrial era does mean that I'll be able to more cheaply upgrade all my units, and my technology will go up a little bit quicker. I need to think about how I get these points.
A diplomat is
What project am I running? Every time you build a new specialty district, you get a era score. Can I levy a city-state? No. Yes, I can do it. Next turn, I might be able to levy Mohenjo-Daro. I've got a little hype train going on the old Twitcheroo. Very cool. Knowledge of printing is advanced, astronomy. So we got ourselves a university in Daddy Morbius. I would like to get the Chancellery because that's +3 influence per turn. It gives you a lot of envoy points throughout the game. It's quite expensive in terms of production. If I'm thinking about this city... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this industrial zone is terrible if I place it. So, if I'm going to place it anywhere, it would be on that forest. Honestly, you just need a builder. So, in Goralahos, we have the option of going for a shipyard or the breakwater. So let me have a look. The breakwater, I could also build the arsenal. If I'm thinking about long-term production, the shipyard gives me 8 production in here. I think I might purchase it with gold. So instead, what I'm going to work on is getting the arsenal so that I can produce military units from there a little bit more easily. Now I'm sitting on an envoy. Oh no, I can't get suzerainty of anyone because I'm only getting 1 envoy because I don't have my tier 2 government. Oh, shice. I only had a tier 1 government, so I only get 1 envoy. So levying is actually not possible. How do I get a point? I guess upgrading this frigate. Yeah, frigate gave me enough points. So then I'm good. I'm good to continue as is then. +1 food on all coast tiles of the city, +1 science for all reef features. City doesn't have any reef features, so the +1 food on coast tiles doesn't seem to matter so much. Although, with the shipyard yields, this would make these very workable tiles. So yes, I will actually go for the breakwater rather than the arsenal. This game looks so doomed. Listen, dude, this is a hard game. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the hardest games I've played. We had a very, very rough start, and honestly, if I was recording this game for YouTube, not live, I probably would have just abandoned it after like the first couple of episodes and then started a new game, because it wasn't super fun. But the fact that I had people watching me live, kind of made it more interesting and worth playing. Okay, we have industrialization. Now that's important because we have access to coal, I assume. Did we actually find a source of coal? We have 1 copy of coal. That's perfect. All we need is 1 in order to be able to actually get the Miniscarays. Now, we're going to get the Miniscarays and try to conquer Japan. That's our goal. That's our only goal right now. So I need to think about next steps. Steam power, electricity. I could go straight for seaports for lots of gold. I could go for flight and radio. Advanced flight. I kind of like the idea of going straight for seaports because of the amount of gold that potentially generates. But that's also a huge production burden. And it's very, very early into the game. I might be better off heading now for flight and backfilling scientific theory and stuff like that. Like, it could also be worth it to pick up... Yeah, I'll head straight for scientific theory. Now, the nice thing is, because I have industrialization now, all of my mines are worth +1 production, which is quite helpful, because I have a couple of mines, not a huge amount. We got our university in Sugnuma. I am going to go for Warlord's Throne here. This will give me an extra governor title, but also more importantly, it'll mean any conquest of Japan will actually scale and snowball my empire quite well. So we're setting up for a war. Everything we're doing is aligned with our goal of going to war with Japan. Now the nice news is Japan is one of the strongest players in the game. So if we can take out Japan, we've put ourselves in a very good position to potentially take out some of the other players in the game as well. I think I'm also going to try and pick up a spy here so that I can spy on Japan and get a small combat bonus against him. You gotta think about, like, how do I use all of the systems in the game to get as powerful as possible. Thank you so much, Angry Chuck, for the Twitch Prime, by the way. Wait, Angry Chuck? Isn't that just like Australian for angry chicken? Ugh. We found Valletta, which is quite cool. We've got access to a good few suzerainties here. I reckon I put a point into Muscat. Boosh. We take suzerainty of Muscat. That'll help explore the map slightly for us. More importantly, it'll center the map for us, and Muscat will also give us a little bit of extra gold from our shipyards and stuff like that, which I'm excited about. Now, Okayama is slowly flipping, but it's way too slow to be worth considering. Maybe if Japan gets a Dark Age here, but I really, really doubt whether or not that's going to happen. Now, in terms of industrial era dedication, Totem 79, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. In terms of era score, Industrialization building.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a
Hixor
stew.
Dracones is going to generate me the most amount of era score because I'm going to be discovering new wonders, new continents, and I'm going to be attacking a navy here.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em,
Oh wow, thank you so much, Civ Strategist, for the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all your shit,
potatoes.
CJ Kremer, Backyard Brawler, and Kma Fall, and Tiny Lantern. Totem 79, thank you as well for the Twitch Prime. Sometimes when I'm in the middle of a thought, I don't catch a Twitch Primer.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Dodged. If you sell your knight to the game, I'll let you build by quadrants, which you can upgrade it later for cheap with the policy card.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
That is true.
potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
That is true. He has a point. That is a really, really good call, actually. The problem is, I would then... Oh, because I only need coal to up... You're a genius, dude. Actual chatter is an actual genius. So we're going to do what is arguably a huge 5-head mega brain move. Before we finish the unlocking the Minisk arrays, we're going to come in here. We're going to pop naval infrastructure up here. And we're going to plug in the 100% production towards boats here. We're going to sell off all of our niter. And because we have no niter, the game is going to be like, well, you don't have enough niter to build frigates. Why don't you go ahead and build quadriremes? We're going to fast build like a quadrireme in all of our coastal cities. I think we will need 2 Minisk arrays to take this on. So I will do... We'll want 3 Minisk arrays. And I want them to be armadas, so they will be combined together. So that means I will need 6 quadriremes. Now that'll be a lot of gold burden on my empire to do this. But I think getting 6 quads is the right move here. Yes, it will delay a lot of my other stuff, like the Kilwa, but that's okay. I'm okay with this delay, because losing Kilwa is nothing compared to not being able to attack Japan at the right moment. Then again, I do have a frigate already, so I could probably drop one of the quadriremes, and I'll drop the one from my capital. That's the most important production place.
If you're the bank one.
And all I have to do is make sure that I continuously sell off my niter, so I don't get too much niter before the things get finished. Trying to get era score from exploring my not my quadrireme, but with my my caravel. I better not have already discovered all the like easily found continents and stuff.
Claims that cannot be
Dino has captured Lahore. He must restore its independence. I think I would like eventually to liberate Lahore, but I think Dido is like this game's version of like an end game raid boss. Like this is the Ragnaros of my classic WoW right here. She is the highest science. She's not necessarily the strongest. I could actually possibly, you know, there is actually a really good timing window here, where I could potentially kill Dido. Maybe before I even go for Japan, before she gets much stronger, because her cities are still weak enough to be taken down by Miniscares quite quickly. This might be the window where, because if I take out Dido, that's it. Like, I'm in command. I'm in the commanding seat of the game. So taking out Japan is like the low risk play. It'll be quite easy. It'll probably happen. Oh, actually, I'm actually getting Okayama for free, which is perfect. But man, going straight for Dido, like that's like going for the throat. Secure and active. Bad analogy. Ragnaros is piss easy in 2021, Lamau. Why do you... Were you dropped on your head as a child, dude? What do you think that has to do with anything? Who asked? It's not the point I was making, dude. I was making a reference. Alright, let's start researching flight so we can get our aerodromes building. And not long after, we'll be able to get advanced flight. I think it is about time I should probably bring this caravel back, at least in this sort of a direction. Dido has captured Lahore. I'm going to vote down. Did I not queue up printing? I thought I queued up printing. Whoops. We want to pick up printing because printing gives you +1 diplomatic visibility with every civ in the game, which effectively means +3 combat strength with every civ in the game. And then we'll pick up flight. We got our spy. Now we have to make a decision. Are we going after Dido or are we going after Japan? And I'm feeling like this is the kind of game where I want to be risky. I'm going to be going straight for Dido. I'm going to plant my spy in Tyre, which will likely be one of the last cities that we take. And then I'll be doing listening posts to be able to increase my diplomatic visibility. Let's come into Goralos and purchase ourselves a shipyard in here, Boosh. That will give us a huge boost to our productivity in this city. 22 production now, which is pretty damn respectable, I would say myself. Watery tarts lobbing swords is no basis for a former government, Dido. True.
For war.
Right, there's printing, so we have a little bit of diplomatic visibility with her. We actually get +3 combat strength. Because she probably doesn't have writing yet, or some other reason she doesn't have diplomatic visibility with us. So we have most of these quadriremes ready. And it looks like we missed out on the kill wap. That's unfortunate. That's just part of life. I wouldn't have finished it anyway, but I wonder who built it. It was Coupe? Indonesia. Well, we can always just pop up here and take this off of her. Because this is a... How did she build it in this city? Oh my god, the AI's production bonuses are insane, dude. Insane. Yeah. Theater square. I think I'm going to grab this tile. I'll place my theater square. Do I want the theater square or do I want the waterfront? I think my water tiles are so good that I'm going to get the waterfront primarily. See if I can get the food up there. Subway, you got Subway, you got auto-moderated for misspelling niter. Dude, you gotta be careful. Alright, let's sell off our niter. Make sure we don't accidentally build frigates. You gotta be careful with the spelling of niter there, buddy. Alright, nice. We got our Warlord's Throne, so every time we conquer a city now, we'll get a 20% production boost across our entire empire for 5 turns, which effectively means when we conquer a city, we get a free turn of production in our empire. It's just distributed over a whole 5 turns. So effectively, when you're in a domination game and you have the Warlord's Throne, if you're conquering a city every 5 turns, you're essentially getting an extra turn worth of production every 5 turns. Really, really powerful. This building's incredibly important. Now, the productivity in the city is actually fairly terrible, which is why I was going to go immediately for mercantilism. So I probably will grab nationalism, grab myself the Minsk arrays, immediately head for mercenaries, then head for mercantilism so I can build up my economy a little bit. In like cities like Sugnoma are just kind of bad, but I will go ahead and get to work on a builder in here because there is a lumber mill here I could improve. In terms of governor, I'm going to grab Victor because he's going to be a loyalty stick that I can use to hold loyalty over here before I manage to knock down all these cities. And let's go ahead and position these quadriremes in pairs. So they can be upgraded and turned into the big bad wolf ship, the Minsk arrays. Did I overbuild quads? I did overbuild quads because I'm a dumbass. Makes sense. So no tier 2 government soon. Tier 2 government is great, but it also delays getting Minsk arrays and this by somewhere between 6 and 10 turns. So I would rather rush this than get my tier 2 government because every turn that goes by, her city combat strength is going up because she's getting more high-tech units. So there's a specific timing window that I can hit Dido in, and she won't be ready for me, and she'll suffer very, very badly as a result. Potato Whiskey, Civ 6, Old World, or Humankind? Which do you think is the best right now? I think Civ 6 is kind of obviously the best right now. However, if you are tired of Civ 6 and you want a game with a different feel, then I would pick up Old World, because Old World has a very different style, yet is still a very masterful 4X game. And then if you want something that's a bit more like Civ 6 and you're okay with something being a little bit early in its development, then I would go ahead and pick up Humankind. I don't really think of games in terms of like which one is better. I think of games more in like what type of experience am I looking to get. And in that case, it would be like, sure enough, these are all like horror movies, right? All 4X games are like the same genre, but there's like body horror, there's monster horror, there's psychological thriller-y horror, there's like murder mystery. There's all like the subgenres, and the texture of the experience that I'm looking for is going to affect how I judge a thing. So, if that makes sense. Now, when there's two like really, really comparable games, like for example Apex Legends and Fortnite, or PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or the Call of Duty one, those four games kind of all occupy a very, very similar genre. Like, rather than saying they're all horror games, I would say they're all shooter games. But they're also all battle royale games, so they're all shooter battle royales. So they're even narrower in focus. And then that's where I would start to consider, okay, well, this game does this slightly better, and this game does this slightly better. By the way, if you're wondering what my opinion is between those four games, it's Splitgate. Yeah, Splitgate, the one I didn't even mention. Splitgate is awesome. I really like Apex Legends, too. So I would like to get 50% less grievances, so I'm going to put my maximum votes in myself, and I would like 100% trade routes when trading with cultural city-states. Hopefully I can get that to pass. Looks like it passed against someone else, completely random. That's unfortunate. I really wanted it to be for me. However, that's just not how it is. Let's go ahead and... Do we want to duel? I think we're going to go ahead and denounce. We'll denounce Dido. 5 turns from now, we'll be just about ready to go to war in about 5 to 6 turns. And then we'll be in position to actually, I don't know, make it happen. Do you play League? I used to play a lot of League of Legends. Now, maybe a few times a year, I'll load up League of Legends. And I'll play some ARAMs. I bet Potatoes would blow a fuse playing League. League is not a game that tilts me. Dota 2 tilts me because I'm good at that game. In order for me to be tilted by a game, I have to be good at it. I'm not very good at League. The better I get at a game, the larger my ego gets, and the more tilted I get when my teammates play wrong, because I can point out their mistakes so easily to myself. I, for example, would probably, if there's anyone here from DGG, I would not be able to play with Destiny and Mr. Mooten, because, oh my god, they fucking play TDM for 25 minutes and then blame their team for losing. Every game, they're like, dude, we're ahead, 19 kills. Meanwhile, they're like decrepit top laner that's had 2 kills and got like 150 CS because he got dunked on in lane. They're like, what is he doing? He's out here farming. Yeah, he's out here farming because you've stolen every kill from minute 15. The dude has like 0 items and can't initiate. You gotta go, like, if you take too many resources and then just play TDM, you're going to lose the game. Like, it's just every time. And then at the end of the game, they're like, "Oh, this player was so bad. Our team is awful. We should have dodged the game. We should have dodged Cope." Cope harder, Moot. All right, we got our breakwater and Gaural host. Okay, Brazilians in chat. Can I get type HUE. Okay, that's the Brazilian way they laugh. At least that's what I was told on the internet. Hopefully that's not like some sort of like ethnic racist type thing. Type HUE if you're from Brazil, and you can like jump on Discord and explain to me how you pronounce this city's name. Okay, I want somebody to jump into my Discord. If you're Brazilian, join my Discord, jump into a voice channel. I will pull you in. I'll ask you to just pronounce the city's name because I'm fucking tired of not knowing. Guarulhos. Guarulhos? Guarulhos. 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 Juarlos? Gorilla Hose. That's right. City. It's getting renamed. Right. Nobody. Oh, there we go. Hang on. I'm going to mute the stream. Can you hear me? Hello? Guarulhos.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're muted from the stream though, in case you say like bad words.
Okay. Yeah, it's Guarulhos.
Say it again, please.
But just let me mute the stream, because... Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so it's Guarulhos.
Guarulhos.
Yeah, it's like the H. It doesn't have a like horse sound.
Okay. The stream can hear you now, okay? Because
Okay.
you didn't say like bad words, so you're on. So
Okay,
Guarulhos. Guarulhos.
Yeah. Yeah, something just like that.
Guarulhos.
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 Yeah.
Thank you
Oh,
so
that
much.
that S is because I'm from another part of Brazil. So if there is a person from Guarulhos saying, it would be not Guarulhos, but Guarulhos.
Oh, so there's like different, like there'll be different regional areas.
Yeah, accents. Yeah.
There's people saying you're from Rio de Janeiro, so they're saying you're going to say it wrong.
That's
So,
exactly it.
so you would say Guarulhos, kind of,
Yeah.
whereas they might say Guarulhos.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
exactly it.
Guarulhos.
Yeah.
Tell him how to say. How do I pronounce the battleship, the Minas Gerais?
Oh, it's Minas Gerais.
Minas Gerais. And I
Yeah.
suppose people from Guarulhos would say Minas Gerais.
No, the G in this case, if the G is followed by an E or an I, it's always like a G sound, not a G sound. So it's Gerais.
So it's almost like a J. So it's like Minas
Yeah.
Gerais. Gerais.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like X.
that's
It's like
exactly it.
X in Chinese. Like it's Jin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So Guarulhos. Say it
Yeah,
again.
something. Guarulhos.
Guarulhos. Guarulhos. Guarulhos. Close.
Yeah, it was closer before. Now it looks like.
Okay. Well, hang on. Say it a couple more times.
Okay. Guarulhos.
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 Yeah. Guarulhos.
Guarulhos.
Yeah. That's it. That's perfect.
Guarulhos. Okay, I'm gonna get that wrong still, but thank you so much
No
for
problem.
your
No
time.
problem. No problem.
Okay. All right. Bye bye.
Nice talking to you, man. Bye.
Okay. We have the definitive way to pronounce this city's name.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Gorilla Hose. So that's it. Thanks for your time, buddy. I'm not even gonna try that anymore. I appreciate your attempt, but this is just Gorilla Hose now. It was too difficult to pronounce. I'm not calling, but I'm not calling Brazilians gorillas. Okay, I'm renaming a city for my uncultured Irish tongue.
Manifested
So we have the Minas
in
Gerais,
nationalism.
which is cool.
Provides the
I
momentum
feel
for
confident pronouncing that a
machinery
little bit
of
better.
human
Gerais.
evolution.
Minas Gerais. Pita is not going to approve of that city name. Okay, fine. Hose. Gorilla pants. Okay? Or, yeah. They're German gorillas. They wear hose. Oh my god, 630 gold to upgrade a quadrireme to a Minas Gerais. A Minas Gerais. I think I'm going to go ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to preemptively form fleets. Boob. Like this. Preemptively form fleets. Then once we have mercenaries plugged in, we'll plug in professional army and be able to upgrade these like super cheap. So I want to have Victor. I'm also going to use a Mani for loyalty. Gooey hose and minus Jerry. That's taking it too far. That's taking it too far.
If it's natural to kill, how come men have to go into training to learn how?
I actually already forgot how I'm supposed to pronounce the city's name. Guarulhos. 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 Oh my god. Gorilla hose. Okay. Gorilla hose it is. Let's get ourselves a breakwater in our capital. Now here's the question though. Do we actually buy it? I think if we buy it, now all of these tiles are like super workable. Like all these coastal tiles, the city's making crazy, crazy good. Then we can get to work on a theater square. The theater square will give me a little bit of extra culture, and then we'll eventually get an aerodrome in the city. Perfect. I think that's our plan. We got a builder in Sugnoma. Head over there to build a lumber mill. Over here, this is a city that is struggling slightly. I don't think I need an art museum or an archaeological museum. I think I'll just grab myself another builder in here. I'm sitting on a couple of envoys. I will send at least one of those envoys to Hunza and Zanzibar. This will get me a little bit of a boost to my gold short term and long term. It'll be a good boost long term, I suspect. Teach potato correct pronunciation would be a fun high cost point redemption. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Write that down. Write that down, someone. Okay.
For once you have tasted flight, you will...
Okay, we have access to flight now, so we have access to the aerodrome. That doesn't do much for us until we have radio. So we'll go for radio to get aluminum and pray that we find aluminum or aluminium, and then we'll go ahead and pick up advanced flight. For now, though, we are working on radio. We got our shipyard in Rio. I could go for the university. I think I actually don't need that much more science now at this point of the game. I'm kind of ahead technologically. I think I would be far better off trying to grow larger, more powerful cities. The city does have pretty good production. It's up to 15 per turn. Really what the city is lacking is potentially lumber mills and some of these tiles, which is where mercenaries comes in. And since mercenaries, or the tech after mercenaries, which will be medieval mercantilism, that'll be really useful. So we'll wait for mercantilism. I got a trader in Gorilla Hose. I'm going to transport that to my capital because I want most of my gold income to be in my capital. And Gorilla Hose will get to work on an arsenal. Although, maybe a nice campus. Yeah, let's get to work. Let's place our campus. It's a good campus. They're good campuses, Bront. And then we'll work on the arsenal. Thank you so much, Lilal665, for the Twitch Prime. Right, one more turn until our army it achieves its final form. And we can begin the war. I'll trade with Dido for the last few turns to get that little bit of extra gold, because all that will happen is that our trade routes will be kicked back into our cities and we can start to trade with somebody else. Now, thinking about where do we want to begin the war, I think we're going to go ahead and take Sidon. Or do you know what actually might be the best thing to do? Is to hit Byblos, MTW, Matu, Ugarit, then come around, liberate Lahore, liberate Kupe's capital, or take Kupe's capital, and then boom, boom, blast through and leave KTY for last. Because these two cities. Well, here's the problem: avoiding these cities. These are the strongest cities. So if I take them out, actually, the rest of the conquest is relatively easy. This city has Renaissance walls, which is unfortunate. We have our Great Admiral. It's an industrial era Great Admiral. That is actual bangers and mash right there, dude. Insane what we're about to be able to do. So it's 1,260 gold to upgrade a Minas. However, if we come in here, we switch out this card, we plug in the delicious professional army card. Boom. Now it's only 630 gold, which is what the price would have been to upgrade a regular quadrireme to a Minas Gerais. So we boom. And we boom. And we boom. And I want you in my room. We are ready. We have 3 fully fledged Minas Gerais fleets with 102 anti-air strength, 90 range strength. We are absolutely ready to take on Dido. So I'm going to declare war next turn. I'm going to hit Byblos, MTW, and Ugarit, and they should be all one-turn hits, actually. So I think I'm actually going to need... These things have 3 range, too. It's disgusting. I'm going to need, like, caravels. And man-at-arms to follow up. To actually capture the cities. This is what you call a timing attack. We are on point, dude. It is about to start happening. Nice. We're doing a listening post in there. I'm going to go ahead and get another alliance with Katarja. Boom. Military alliance. See if I can get her to declare a joint war with me. Joint war on Dido. Maybe she'll even pay me money for this. Boom. We joint war Dido. Regular formal war. Okay. Are you ready? I want predictions in chat. I want predictions right now. How badly is this city? Okay, this city has medieval walls. Now, this city has 63 combat strength. My battleship has 90 combat strength. Okay, how badly is this city going to take, like, damage-wise? Oh yeah, don't forget to use the Admiral. Good call. Like, how many shots? You think the city is dead? 2 hits and it's dead? Okay. Oh, man. Look at that. That is a 200 health wall. Somebody said 25%. 25% was right on the money. Good call. Boom. 53 defense strength knocked out in a single turn. Now, the important thing to remember is that walls actually get weaker the more damage they take. So this second shot will actually damage the city more. And then the third shot will do even more. Look at that.
Potatoes.
Boom.
Boil 'em, mash 'em,
Yeah.
stick 'em in a stew.
Absolute devastation.
Nice talking to you, Potato. Even though you already forgot how to say garrulous. Ha 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 here. Take some fake money from Brazil. Props to getting Minas Gerais right, by the way.
Thank you so much, Dende Odenodo. I appreciate you coming in and helping me pronounce things. And thank you for your $10 dollars. I don't know, that sounds like... It does sound like fake money, but thank you so much for your R dollars. I don't know. It says R $10. So I assume that that's just some kind of currency. I appreciate it. And at the very least, I will get Minas Gerais right. One day, I might get Gorilla Hose right. Brazilian Reais. Reais? That's like $2. Listen, dude. He gave me 10, okay? The number was big. That's what matters. And he also took time out of his day to come in and teach me pronunciation, which was like worth way more to me. Because that was a fun interaction compared to the, the 10 Brazilian Rios he gave me. I appreciate both, but I super value the coming in and helping me pronounce. But Biblos is going to die this turn, okay? Biblos must die. So somebody said it would be 2 turns to kill the city. 2 turns was probably generous for Dido because that city is dead, and I still have a city. I still have a shot left. Oh my god, MTW is even weaker. Oh, ugh, Jesus Christ! All right, let's go ahead and grab Victor. We'll pop him into that newly captured city to keep the loyalty in check. And I think it's actually over. I think Dido dies in the next episode of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Cliffhangered. Okay. We cliffhangered the YouTube viewers. Good job. So when they watch this video, they will get hardcore cliffhangered. The stream isn't over. Stop. This is Saturday Naval Game 4. Even weaker, and you forgot the Admiral? True. The stream isn't over. We're going to be recording another episode after this. We're going to take a moment, though, to talk to chat. The stream isn't over! We're taking like 2 minutes to talk to chat. Get some suggestions, some thoughts. What mods are you running this match? Oh, I talked about them in the first day. We are running the Sucrotax Oceans mod, which adds a few extra resources and these cool little kelp forests. Then the more maritime seaside sectors, which adds the waterfront and the... Are you feeling, Potato? Your throat is sounding better. I'm still sick. Sidon sitting there with no walls. Meanwhile, Potato attacks the farthest walled city. Well, my logic was, I was thinking about battle flow, right? And it's pretty easy. It's pretty hard for me to like funnel my troops through Sidon once I take it. And plus, this is the hardest loyalty block to take. Whereas if I come up and smash MTW and Ugarit, I avoid having to deal with this this set of encampments guarding this strait here. Man, this is a very heavily guarded strait, and I could just bomb through MTW, skip this entire set of encampments, come down around to the Giant's Causeway, liberate Lahore, take Tahenga Nua Kupe, take Ainuk, Tyre, Suburton, Sidon, and then take KTY as the last city. Tale Springer, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Man, my throat is worse today. Hokianga Nua Kupe. Sorry. Hokianga Nua Kupe. Audio is ice? What? Just tuned in. Always catch it. Any insights? Audio is stuttering. Let me have a look. Audio is fine.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
My cough has gotten worse, so I'm gonna go get I'm gonna go get a hot drink. I'll be back in like 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Hey, what's up? Okay, we're back. I got myself a lozenge. I'll click on that and we'll talk to chat and then we'll play a bit.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Where's the intermission music? I just ran away downstairs before I didn't. I finally can give you Bezos money. Thank you so much. I'm missing. What me carry? Thank you so much. No, that was your first message. 9V battery? Matty Sads, €10 through Streamlabs. For some reason it didn't play the TTS. Feel better. Thank you so much, Matty Sads. Venetian Arsenal or Tottenham? Venetian Arsenal. For sure. How's it going, Carbon Cider? Have you considered what you would do if your hair was black and her eyes were blue? That's me, baby. I'm watching here in YouTube, multitasking. Nice job. Although you did type into YouTube chat, so I assume you like made a mistake of some kind. Oh, cute! You posted it in both chats. Nice work. Right. Maybe for this invasion it would be smarter to split your army so you could conquer more cities faster. Maybe, but that's harder to manage the loyalty for. In order to conquer cities in 1 to 2 turns, I need all 3 ships. And theoretically, the fastest way to conquer a person is to hit each city. Like, if I had 6 Minas Gerais, yes, I would do what you're doing. But I only have 1 caravel. And 6 of these, or 3 of these Minas Gerais. So it may be necessary for me to just do this the way that I'm doing it right now. Audio again. What's happening to the YouTube audio? Need to just do this the way that I'm doing it right now. Audio again. What's happening to the YouTube audio? Sensei Kakashi, are you from a specific region or is it like a local issue? No audio problem here. Sounds good from the US. It might be Sensei Kakashi that you might be in a region that my videos aren't typically distributed to, and so it might not get through to you very well. That could be that's just me wildly speculating. The other most likely thing is that you've got some sort of sound issue at home. If the audio is cutting out, try refreshing. That fixed it for me. Yeah, good call. Oh my god, whatever this is, this thing, halls, whatever this thing is, I picked up 2 of these, right? They're little, focus. Right, it's a hall soother. My throat hurt like a couple minutes ago, and I've been sucking on this thing, and then my throat feels incredible. It doesn't hurt at all. Ooh. Not gonna lie, when I opened it, it did look like a rock of crystal meth. Like, hang on. I'll crush it up. Like, you know what I mean? But whatever it is, man, my cough is gone. You got that long thing going on? I coughed for a year. No, actually, I caught a cold. This Civ 6 livestream is brought to you by Halls, quite literally, in fact, because I wouldn't be able to, like, I was coughing. You saw it a few minutes ago. I'm not coughing anymore. I will finish this sweet, though, before I continue. You hate the taste of them? The taste is, it's a bit pepperminty. It's a bit licoricey, not my favorite, but they're okay. You haven't had halls before? I've had halls before, but usually I would have strepsils. But these are way better. These are way better. Your sound is jacked. But usually I would have strepsils. But these are way better. These are way better. Not on my end, Tugis. Tugis, refresh the stream. You know what, YouTube viewers? We're playing an ad. Can I actually add ads in Twitch? One-minute ad break while I suck on my soother. I don't pay you for ads, Potato. I mean, I'm still here. If you get skipped out on ads, don't worry. Like, this ad says I don't have limits, but it's a liar ad. True. Okay. 1 minute ad. My soother is almost gone. We'll go ahead and get started. Haha, you've activated my trap card, YouTube Premium. You've activated my trap card, pretty boy. YouTube Premium, I get paid extra if you watch. Hell yeah, dude. And it's like a not insignificant amount. Like, it's quite a lot. I think YouTube Premium revenue is like 10% of my YouTube revenue. And consider how few people have YouTube Premium. Yeah. I have YouTube Premium. One of the best purchases I make. I am actually scared to look at the thing on my phone that says how much YouTube I watch. I am scared because it's a lot. I pretty much always have YouTube running in the background when I'm at my computer. Not good. What were we doing? Okay. Let's get started playing the game. Hey, Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Brazil, where we have absolutely gone through the gauntlet. We managed to brave the Japanese aggression. We managed to build up our culture to the point where we got access to the Minas Gerais, and we have begun the conquest of Dido. Dido's first city has already fallen. I also had to rename this city because it was unpronounceable for me. It was like Guarulhos or something like that. And it's Gorilla Hose. That's just what it is now, okay? Now, if I'm thinking about things that would be useful for me to get in Sugnoma, preemptively working on some important infrastructure like getting extra traders, stuff like that. I'm also I can no longer trade with Dido, so I need to start looking for better international trade routes. And I reckon trading with city-states is going to be a big part of my plan, especially because I'm going to be liberating them. So I think I'm going to organize this by city-states and primarily trade with city-states.
Cihadı cihan olacaksan, ön
Science owes more to the steam
Lovely.
engine
There is
than the
Steam
steam engine
Power,
owes
which
to
gives us
science.
access to the Naval Academy, which is part of the mod that we're using, the military something seaside water thing. I don't remember what it is. Whatever it is, I'll make sure to link it to Morbus. He'll probably write. He forgot to link it to me, but he said it previously or something. It'll appear on screen, and if it doesn't, Morbus, you're fired. But this is basically a naval version of the barracks that you could build in the new district called the Naval Armory. It is the Naval Academy. It gives you 25% experience as well as a load of production and a bunch of other great things. And it also gives us access to Railroad. Now, Railroad on a naval map is an interesting proposition. Probably not as important as it should be. We're like a big giant land map, but it may be worth my while to pick up one all the same. I think it would behoove me to get these fishing boats online because I've been delaying that a little bit too long. It would be a good idea to place my waterfront, and then we'll get to work on a university. You know what? Let's work on the waterfront. Yeah, I did say I would get the Venetian Arsenal this game, but I'm going to go waterfront first. Because I want to grow that city a little bit more. Ooh, a free builder. Yoink. Thanks very much, Phoenicia. Now, the true power of Brazil is that I forget my admiral should be in range of my units when they fire. No, but the true power of Brazil is being able to absolutely just annihilate cities with our guys. Why can't you move? Caravel. Okay. And bombard over there. I do need to worry. I have a joint where we're heard. That's fine. Pedro has captured Byblos. We must resist their aggression. Oh, it's the cancel movement on naval units bug they never fixed. Ugh. Ugh. There is some weird bug with naval units that just been in the game forever. I'm going to vote this down heavily. Hopefully it doesn't pass. It would be nice if it didn't pass. Hopefully it doesn't pass. It failed. Thanks to me putting in 7 votes. Jesus, Byzantium wanted to be at war with me really badly. Right. Which one of these guys is closest to a promotion? You already have a promotion. So what we'll do is, you're just about ready to promote. We'll blast the city with you. We'll bring in the man-at-arms. We'll conquer the city. Boosh. City is mine now. I will be keeping it. And I'll slap in Amani into this newly conquered city. She'll be used as loyalty. I'll bring forward my boat. My boat will take the bombardment promotion. And the reason we want to go for the bombardment promotion is primarily we are going to be attacking cities. And +7 combat strength is actually a huge advantage. And my hope is to actually show you that next turn. You can see here, the 97 combat strength unit that does not have the bombardment promotion is doing about 60% of the city's health and damage. This unit is doing roughly 80%. So it's important to think of a +7 combat strength bonus is somewhere between a 30 and 50% increase in damage. It's usually about 25 to a third increase in damage. Roughly speaking. I have the maths on it somewhere. I don't remember off the top of my head. I got my theater square in my capital, but do I actually want a theater square in here? I think I do. because the culture will help me snowball. But I'd actually just like to maybe get some ironclads, but I'd much rather get some caravels. I wish I still had the option to get caravels, because I really don't want to spend coal on an ironclad. Where can I get the cheaper boat card? Am I actually just stupid? Where's the cheaper boat card? Where's the production card for boats?
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Oh, that's right. Press gangs. But I'm already building industrial era boats. So that's useless, actually. Thank you so much, Nidan, for Twitch Prime. I think once I have mercantilism and I can build lumber mills on rainforest, I may go for either exploration or theocracy. Now, I could go for Merchant Republic here. That's a lot of gold. Theocracy is more militaristically inclined, which kind of fits maybe a little bit neater into my game plan. Monarchy is also quite militaristically inclined, and the extra influence is quite good too. Diplomatic favor is not something I care too much about. I won't get much benefit of the housing of walls. The influence is quite good. The extra military card policy slots are quite good. I could go very militaristic with this kind of a direction. But I think Reformed Church is ever so slightly less militaristic, but actually gives me a decent amount of faith. And then if I use the Grandmaster's Chapel as well on top of that, I will actually be able to purchase myself a small but usable land army with all that extra faith that I'll be raking in. Yeah, I'll just build ironclads. 1 or 2 extra ironclads would really help. And I should eventually conquer like a bit more coal. Like if I have a look, if I search for coal in Dido, there's none. What if I just search for coal? There's some down here in Coupe's land. I might have to declare war on him for that. Ah, no, there is a bit here. Weird. Oh, I needed to type in coal Phoenicia. I see. There we go. Yeah, she has 1 copy of coal, which will help pay for a slightly larger navy for me, which is perfect. Now, if we're looking at a city like Daddy Morbus, this city's main goal is to generate gold, right? It exists to sustain my economy. And so that means I'm going to want things like a bank and a chancery. I'll grab the bank because that's 13 gold, and then I'll grab the chancery because that's 3 influence, which will eventually scale my empire better. If we look at a city like MTW, Granary Monument Market is the order of construction for the day. I really want to not be worrying too hard about the efficiency of my crappier empire cities, like these conquered cities. And I'm a little bit more concerned with other things. Now, there is an argument to be made that I should be pillaging all of these cities as I roll through just to do a massive economy. But that would require me a bit of a tech switch over towards horses, and to use my horses very actively in these cities. I could just roll through and, you know, knock over all these cities and stuff, which could be a fun thing to do. Maybe go for a pillage economy with a non-Norse type game, like maybe a land-only map where I go for a pillage economy with someone like Scythia, whereas rather than actually declaring war to take cities, I just pillage everything in sight. Like a plague of locusts. But it also might be an argument for me getting just a few privateers and sending them around and grabbing some coastal pillages. Now, Japan has declared war on me again. That's a very inopportune time to declare war. He really wants a great work. I'm not going to give that to him. So he's declared war on me. My hope is that my ally's at war with Japan. She's allied with Japan somehow. Okay, that's annoying. Well, The nice news is that we will have very little grievances from fighting back against Japan. I'm quite happy about that. He's made my life a little bit easier. We will take out this city. Unfortunately, her cities are getting a little bit stronger, thanks to the addition of slightly stronger units. But we managed to capture a whole bunch of infrastructure. We're on like turn 4 of the war, and it's already over, dude. Lahore is the next stop for this absolute destruction train.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em,
Let's
stick 'em
grab
in a
Victor
stew.
and pop him
Boil
into
'em, mash 'em,
Ugarit.
stick 'em in a stew.
Oh, thank you so much from Alex Land for becoming a member, for becoming a Twitch Primer, as well as W Santos 76
Easy
for
clap
Twitch
Dido
priming.
City.
Easy clap Dido City, true Labong Flames. We'll keep this city. We're in a great position. Now, something to keep in mind is it might be worth it to declare war on Coupe here, because I do get era score from killing naval units.
Potatoes.
N Ferris 2121 with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, dude.
Stick 'em in a stew.
So Byblos as a city is going to grab itself a monument in order to expand its borders. If I take a look at the city, what it really lacks is production. So likely this city will never be much use for actually producing military. This city will almost certainly exist to increase my gold income and to increase my general economy. I don't even think a builder would be worth building here. Although actually there are quite a few forests around that could do with a lumber mill. So I'll go for the builder, I'll grab a monument, and then I'll probably just get to work on either a harbor or a waterfront. And I think, you know what? Let's get ourselves a harbor in here. We'll place the harbor, we'll knock down the harbor, and that'll keep the city busy for a very, very long time. So we have revealed the city of Lahore. We'll move forward with our ships into position. All 3 of them are in position this turn, and we can bomb. Can actually move a little bit more and make sure that we're a little bit closer to where we need to be. Triple bombard. Nice thing about having a few extra builders is I can use them to improve my lands, conquering the infrastructure that I intend to use against them. I was kind of tempted to just leave these horses unimproved out of spite, because it, like, you know, screwed me out of the insane campus that I really wanted. But I think it probably makes sense to actually improve them. So this Caravel is almost in range. I think I can bug the game out and grab this with my man-at-arms. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I managed to like anime teleport my man-at-arms into that city. We'll go ahead and slap a Manny in there for loyalty. Our Minas Gerais will make their way around. Make sure we keep the Admiral with them to keep them moving quick. What sort of win are you going for? Diplomatic. We're not going for a Diplo win. People have been asking for a domination win for a while. I'm going to liberate Lahore. I'm liberating Lahore for 2 reasons. First of all, it will lower my grievances with the world. I will get a bunch of benefits, and by liberating Lahore, I actually get 6 envoys with them, so now I'm suzerain of them, and I'll be able to train Nihang units, and Nihang units are quite strong. I will want to build an armory somewhere, and I do in fact have an armory in Ugarit, which is going to be super helpful for actually making my Nihang stronger. So probably at some point, maybe when I get advanced flight, I'll want to like beeline military science to be able to get really strong Nihangs and use my Nihangs as my support troops. That's kind of where I'm at. Are you going to give Coupe his city back? No. If I at all, I'm going to go for a domination victory this game. I should probably just keep it. Plus, he lost it fair and square to Dido, and now I'm taking it from Dido. So I think that's just the circle of life, right?
In a market economy, however,
Lovely. There's mercantilism. We have access to logistics, triangular trade, drill manuals, the Torah de Belim, which could be quite useful for us to build this game because we do plan to have a large, sprawling, multi-continent empire. The privateer is also an intrigue and an important part of this technology. And most importantly, our camps are improved and lumber mills can be built on rainforest, which basically unlocks an entire new level of technology that was previously inaccessible to me and will massively increase the productivity of a lot of my cities. I may as well pillage for this nice chunk of gold. Always remember, gold now is worth more than gold later. So you have to kind of weigh that choice. Hey, thank you so much, Daniel.
You're finally playing Brazil again, Eiley.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for the $2 donation. And I am playing Brazil, and we will continue to play Brazil for some time. Okay, so 1 shot on this city, then a 2nd shot, and then a 3rd shot. We take it with the caravel. Boom. City belongs to me. We will keep the city. This is going to be a harder city to hold in terms of loyalty. However, it's not going to be hard enough. We're in a normal age. I assume Dido. Yeah, Dido's actually in a dark age. So this is like the perfect timing for me to attack her. Ah, the cuirassier. The cuirassier, as we like to call it in the industry, the cuirassier has come in to ruin my day.
man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for.
Alex Land, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, dude. I appreciate it. Can't quite take Inuk this turn, unfortunately. So I'll just give my Caravel a turn to heal up. At PotatoMcWhiskey, can you decide how the AI decides to attack you? They always declare war on me early game. So there's a variety of things that goes into the AI deciding whether or not they're going to go to war with you. Like, one of the things that decides whether or not an AI is going to go to war with you is whether or not the AI is just looking to have a war. Like, if they're just like, hey, you know what would be good for me right now is if I just started a war with somebody, and then they'll, like, pick their neighbors, and they'll be like, actually, this guy's the weakest. And typically, early game, that's going to be the player. Your opinion factors into whether or not they're going to go to war with you. Their disposition as a leader is going to factor into whether or not they're going to go to war with you. Thank you so much, Moneyman, for the Twitch Prime. Their hidden agendas is going to go into whether or not they're going to declare war on you. The comparative military strength of both of your empires is going to go into whether or not they declare war on you. The positioning of your military strength is going to factor into whether or not they go to war with you. Like, let's say Japan really wants to capture Sugnoma, and I have like this city filled with units. They might change their opinion on whether or not they want to go to war with it. They will also consider the loyalty of the city, like whether or not, like if they're in a golden age and you're in a dark age, they might be like, well, actually, the loyalty, if I were to take this city, would be totally fine, so I might go to war with him. So the AI, a huge amount of factors goes into whether or not the AI declares war on you. But typically, what goes into the most important thing that you just need to keep track of as a player is whether or not this symbol is green. Okay, if this symbol is green and the AI will not declare a friendship with you, they are going to go to war with you. And if it is less than green, the probability that they will go to war with you is quite high. LeBlanc Flames, thank you so much for the 6-month sub. Jesus, thank you, dude. All right, lovely. We got ourselves the arsenal here, which opens up these military naval buildings. We've got the warehouse, which is +3 production and a housing. It's basically a naval barracks, the dry dock, and the naval academy. I'm going to be building up all 3 of these, I think, to try and build up this as maybe a little bit of a production hub. Is it time to recruit Nihangs? Yes, I think I'll get myself a couple of Nihangs. They're about the same strength as Man-at-Arms, slightly stronger. They will get a little bit more combat strength when I finally get access to the military academy building, which we will do in the not too distant future, but for now I'm focused on naval conquest. Alright, so the battle for Inuk is basically over. Boop, boop. We can one-shot the city, bring in the caravel to finish it. Boom. Captured the city. Perfect. Now the loyalty in here, it's just a smidge dicey, so we'll pop Victor in. Shouldn't be a problem once we take Tyre and Saburton. Maybe you could have made an argument that I should have pillaged the harbour, but at this point, I don't even know if pillaging is the right move. So let's bring our guy up here. Boom. Boom. Now, her capital is a little bit stronger compared to these other cities, but it will still fall relatively quickly to these. Man, you didn't even get monuments and granaries in your cities. That is absolutely depressing. Let's get another Nihang. We'll combine these Nihangs together to get a slightly stronger unit. 65 combat strength is pretty reasonable for a early game melee unit. Jesus Christ, what have you done to this city? Granary, monument. If you don't have a granary and monument in your city, like you've messed up, in my opinion. That would be my opinion. What's your favorite use of potatoes? Making chips, fries. French fries. Those things are delicious. Discovering what a monarchy is while researching radio. Just Civ things true. It's the year 1440 AD. We're learning what a monarchy is. And we're about to start building broadcast centers. The samurais coming for Byblos. I mean, they can try. They're welcome to try. Let's step all the way in with all three of my ships. These two will annihilate the Burton so it can't shoot back, and then we'll start working on Tyre next turn. We'll take a little bit of damage here, but it should be fine. And then the Caravel will start coming in next turn. I'll get my Nihang positioned here on the farm, so he'll tank a shot from the city. You know what? I'm going to combine these man-at-arms together.
Potatoes.
More lumber mills. Beautiful.
Stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Why are there so many one-tile mountains?
It's a good question. I think it's just a look at the map. That just happened to be a bunch of one-tile mountains. She wants peace, but I'm not taking peace.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em,
Fail on
mash
over.
'em,
Thank you
stick
so
'em
much
in
for
a
the Twitch
stew.
Prime, dude. I appreciate you. Wait, couldn't you do a game where you just skip a tier 2 government? Theoretically, you could, but it's probably not good. Like, it wouldn't be an effective strategy. Is the reason you wouldn't do that. Let's upgrade this Caravel to an ironclad. We are about to get an extra source of coal, so I will do that. So I just have a slightly stronger unit. We're not quite ready to take Tyre. Next turn. Tyre would be the hardest city for us to take. Thank you so much, Desing Alpha, for the Twitch Prime. By the way, did you know you can subscribe to my Twitch channel with Twitch Prime? It's free. If you've got Amazon Prime, you can give me money. You can steal money from Jeff Bezos, okay? You can put me at the top rank of Twitch by you can practically steal money from Jeff Bezos by just giving me your free Twitch Prime. It's incredible.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em,
Sir
stick 'em in a
Chow,
stew.
thank you so much for the
Boil
Twitch
'em,
Prime.
mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Desing Alpha, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. SJC625, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
What was I doing? Yeah, I think it would be good to be Suzerain of Candy. You aren't really stealing money from Jeff Bezos. They'll just pay their workers less.
Potatoes. Boil 'em,
Yeah,
mash 'em,
probably.
stick 'em in a stew.
Grant
Boil 'em,
Spangler,
mash 'em, stick 'em in a
thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. There are over 20k homeless Twitch Prime subscriptions waiting for a good home. True.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Helping me destroy my friends in online play since 2019. No one deserves the Twitch Prime more than you. Thank you so much, SJC625. J Smoothie with the Twitch Prime.
Tremendous
Fire
L for
Gamer.
Jeffy Bezos.
I see. The thing is, Jeffy Bezos gets a cut of the bits. So I mean, like,
Potatoes.
you know,
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a
I think you
stew.
just gave him
Boil
like
'em,
a couple of
mash 'em,
cents.
stick 'em in a stew.
The Fire Gamer HD, thank you so much. I don't understand why spies are good. They take a long time to build, long to establish, long to get sources, and after that they only get a few turns worth of gold. Not only good defense in the late game. No reason to get them early.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Why are spies good? Spies are really, really good for one very, very simple reason on Deity difficulty. It's because they can steal gold. They typically, the player will only have, say, 100 to 200 gold at this stage of the game, whereas a spy can steal 100 to 200 gold a turn, because the AI gets an 80% increase in its gold. So if you find an AI city that has a commercial hub, it's likely that the AI is making at least 100 gold in that city, so if you spend 8 turns stealing there, you'll get 100 gold per turn. Very few investments in the game. Like, if you think about it, right, how much is a spy? A spy costs 300 production, okay? And it will get you, say, 75 gold per turn, maybe 50 gold per turn, maybe a little bit less depending on if it gets captured and stuff like that. Maybe 40 gold per turn. What other building, unit, occupant, infrastructure, anything in the game will get you 50 gold per turn for 300 production? Nothing. Thank you so much, Omikawi, for the Twitch Prime. The spy is very, very efficient. It is a very efficient investment in your time, and not only that, it can also provide you with war benefits. I am using a spy in the capital of Dido right now to do a listening post mission, which is giving me +1 diplomatic visibility against Dido, which is translating into a +3 combat strength against Dido. Yeah, we got I didn't notice this happening, but that's okay. We will bury him. Okay, he's pillaging some of my trade routes, a jerk. Also, that 40 gold more for you is 40 gold less for the AI. True. Very, very true. We now have access to monarchy. I don't think I'm going to switch to monarchy yet. I'm going to hold on to the government that I have, which is pretty much what every monarchy said. We're going to bomb this city. Boom. Capture it. Bomb this city. We'll keep this city. You will get that kill. Perfect. You step in there. Provide me with just enough loyalty. I'll grab Victor. Reassign him to the newly captured city of Tyre. Loyalty is fine. And now we've only got 3 more cities to capture. And then we've completely taken over Dido. And very firmly secured ourselves with the first position. The only person left then would be Indonesia. And my alliance with Indonesia should be running out in the near future. 18 turns. So I could probably run down here and like kill Coupe if I wanted to. We repair the monument and granary in this newly captured city. I will get a coal power plant, actually. I kind of like that idea of buying the coal power plant. It would burn my coal very quickly, but it would provide a very good production area over here. Yeah, actually, this is a really, really efficient coal power plant, so I'm going to get it right now. It's not the highest adjacency, but the important thing is that it's providing power to all these cities that I'm about to conquer, which will mean these cities will get up online, infrastructure-wise and military production-wise, much faster, and they'll be much more usable to me. So I have this spy here. If I'm thinking about who I'm conquering next, it's almost certainly Japan, although his cities are quite strong right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and filter this by commercial hubs in order to try and make a point. Here is Sendai. So if I put this spy into Sendai, in 8 turns, possibly 6, I can steal 320 gold. That is on average a gold income of, what is that? 8 divided by 80 gold. Is it 80 gold? 400 gold would be 40 per turn. This is like 30 gold a turn. Very few things give you 30 gold a turn. This is like, so a spy is at least on par with a trade route. That's how I would consider it. It's an expensive trade route. So when you've maxed out all your trade routes, maybe consider building spies. But mostly I use them, mostly I also use them for utility. For example, doing the listening post for extra visibility is not a bad use of them. Yeah, there's a lot of use of the spies, I feel like, that are underappreciated. Do you think there's an advantage to consolidating to a single platform for streaming? Yes, when that platform offers you life-altering amounts of money. Jeremy West, a member for 9 months. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Sorry I missed the mod expansion you're playing that adds the Arsenal district. That is the... Oh god, what is it called? The more maritime seaside sectors. I will be doing a mod spotlight on this mod, most likely immediately after this series, because it is a awesome mod. I really like it. And we'll do a mod spotlight on it, and then probably... leave it at that. Alright, my Minas Gerais are ready. We can absolutely devastate these Japanese units now. We got our warehouse and gorilla hose. I'm going to go ahead and get the dry dock. It takes a very long time for these to pay themselves off. However, the dry dock gives you +1 production for all unimproved coast tiles in this city, and an additional +1 production if that tile is adjacent to the arsenal. So this is quite a bit of production in this city. And it's available relatively early into the game. Like the dry dock is available here at cartography. So it's no slouch. I think what would be really awesome is like a Waterworld mod for Civ 6 where every district is like has to be coastal, and that like all like land is just like irradiated desert and people live on the sea and they only use land as a way to like anchor the city. That would be a really, really cool mod. How long until the sea levels begin to rise? The sea levels are not rising very quickly. I'm the only person burning coal, essentially. Although, actually, quite a few people have burnt a little bit of resources. But, yeah, it's very, very slow. Yeah, I can get 500 gold from stealing from the Mare, so I will. J Smoothie, I can see the listening post being good for spies, but it's difficult to gain diplomatic visibility in other ways. But the gold has a chance to fail, so the expected value is less than the gold shown. And if it does fail, then you get diplomatic penalties. Well, the gold mission is the most likely to succeed one. Plus in Civs, gold now is more valuable than gold later. Building spies gets you gold, but after only lots of turns of waiting. It's just an experience thing. What you need to do is like play a game against the Malians and focus on building spies and stealing all their money, and you'll just see why gold stealing is so good. I don't think it's something I'm going to be able to convince you of. It just is inherently good. I don't know how to convince you. The spies just... Yeah, sure. Even if your spy gets captured or killed, rebuilding the spy and stealing is still worth it if you could do it relatively early into the game. I don't know how to convince you. You seem like you... I feel like I gave you my best argument, and if it didn't convince you, that's fine. Hey, Morbus. So in Te Hokianga Kupe, we have managed to actually capture a city that is relatively, like... This is a pretty based city for military production, all things considered. In fact, it's so based Oh, I can't swap tiles right now. But I think the only thing it's missing is a waterfront. I think getting the Naval Academy could be cool. The bank for 17 gold, or I could start to produce more military. I am eventually going to want 3 more Minas Gerais to be able to upgrade these into armadas. I wasn't talking to you, Potato. I was talking to Spuddies. I guess, theoretically, I'm not a Spuddy because I am the Spud, and you guys are Spuddies because you're friends with a Spud. Sure, fine, I get it. It's okay. I'll be excluded. Okay, in Strickland Propane, it's time for us to get started on the aerodrome, so I'll pop that in right there, and we'll finish that right after we get that ironclad. I already have 2 more Minas Gerais to combine in the near future. So that's something I need to keep in mind. Can I go ahead and get this kill? Perfect. This guy, of course, has decided to be an absolute massive thorn in my side and run around inside my internals. Indonesia. Wow, Indonesia, you massive arsehole. You killed the only city I actually cared about because it was the one that had the coal. Why would you raise this city? You massive bellend. My god.
Mod idea. Uranium and nukes are unlocked from the get-go. Uranium spawns more frequently. Nuke production cost scales with eras. AI uses nukes more.
That would be a really cool mod, Luke Edrecho. Thank you for the $5. It could be an interesting mod to have nukes and uranium unlocked from the get-go. La Cucaracha, thank you for your Twitch Prime. Thank you, buddy. So KTY is going to be next. I will send this ironclad to explore. This Minas Gerais will protect. Am I going to need military production? Naval Academy Bank. The extra gold is based, so we will get the gold. We're guaranteed a golden age here. I just have to take KTY in a few turns to guarantee that golden age. I've got 3 turns to take KTY, which, you know, annoyingly.
A world without raid.
Alright, let's pop this Nihang here so we can see. Nihang boys, unite. You come forward. You're ready for a promotion, so I'll shoot with you, and then I'll promote with you. I'll shoot with you. I'll promote you next turn. Always want to be hitting with 2. I don't know if I'm going to be able to break this city in time. Maybe with the addition of another Minas Gerais. With these 2 and the ironclad, I might be able to break it. I've got 2 turns to do it. Let's get working. Oh, aluminum, aluminum, aluminum. Baby, we have aluminum. Ergo, we are cleared for liftoff. It is time to begin rushing bombers. Bombers. Breakwater for growth. Want to block that Indonesian settler there? I don't care. I don't care what he does. You can go settle land if you want. Do whatever makes you happy.
I would like a kaiju Godzilla mod. That appear after nuke testing.
Ooh, that would be a cool mod, Andrea Rios. Kaiju Godzilla mod. If she settles there, she'll lose her city. She can't settle there. There's nowhere she can settle. All the land is taken. If she tries to settle there, I will take it from her.
Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Any console player tips?
Anthony Feher, any console player tips? My console player tips are get a real computer. No. I haven't played on console, so I don't know the idiosyncrasies of console gameplay. So that's going to be a no from me, dog. I do not have tips for console players. Let's go ahead and bomb. Boom. Boom. I may be able to pull this off. Minor defeat. Flanked. I like this. +1 movement. How do you enter directly to the production queue of a city? Basically, you have to go into your options menu and activate the always open production queue. If I turn this off, confirm, then when I open a city's interface, I have to do this. And I actually don't even remember how to open the queue. Yeah, you have to do this. Oh, it's cringe. Oh, this is cringe. No. Oh, gross. You have to, like, do this. Like, what happens if I do this? Oh, that's cringe. No. Yeah, turn on always open production queue. Do it. Your 3,000 hours of experience is enough to convince me about spies, haha. Curious how you would think about devs and mods could increase the utility of naval units. They are pretty considerably weaker than land units, except on specifically water-heavy naval maps. I think that you kind of just have to probably bite the bullet on the fact that naval units are only good at naval things. One thing to consider is perhaps one of the things the game lacks that made Navy so important in the real world is that having a strong Navy should perhaps be associated with trade and global economic power. That would be conceptually how I think they should address that issue. Oh my god! I found this is where that show takes place, right? That lobster fishing show. Jesus, the amount of lobsters up there to the north, dude. This is the deadliest catch. Yeah, this is. Stop! You're interrupting my typing, dude.
The three great elements of modern civilization.
Okay, we got Reformed Church. We have access to theocracy. Let's come in here. We switch to theocracy. Boom. Harbor adjacency works. Professional army works. I am going to plug in. I don't care about conscription. I don't care about industrial zones. Retainers is okay. I think I prefer veterancy so I can build coastal buildings faster. I'm going to plug in Republican Legacy because it is a lot of amenities and a lot of housing. And I'll plug in conscription just for the short term. So boom, boom, boom. We update our government. Now Nihangs are cheaper. I could theoretically buy this coal tile Yeah, I will. Loyalty in here will last 10 turns. Step down here. Boom. Boom. City is mine now. Boom. That's you dead. That secures me a golden age. That pieces me out with all of the city-states, theoretically. No. Japan. I have to kill Japan next. But that's all we wrote for Dido. Japan should be a relatively quick and easy war. I should settle this city. God, that's so annoying because the entire point was I was going to loop around, take all these cities, boom, 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 loop, 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 and then use this last city, seg my way through here, segue, and bang, take out Japan, and then knock over Byzantium. Or, I guess, in theory, I could just, like, turn around and... Well, I see, I need some time. I need some time fighting other people because my alliance with Qatarja isn't up yet. It's for another 13 turns. This is literally the island where Deadliest Catch takes place. Like, that's all this island is. But I feel like we're at a bit of a crossroads here. And so, with the conquest of Dido, I think I'm going to rest on my laurels here and ask you guys, what would you like to see? Would you like to see the conquest continue? Would you like to see a domination game or something of that nature? But that's going to be it for me for this episode. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Jesus Christ! Oh, I'm stretching, dude. How's it going, chat? How are you doing? My cough is pretty bad today. I'm sucking on a hall soother. How's everyone doing? Is it coal and aluminum? Yeah, I want that. I want that, so I'll make a city here. New PC. Yeah, that. Well, those are just some old screen boxes, so I could sell off my old screens. Pivot to a religious victory. In order to do that, I needed to get a religion. I didn't get a religion this game. You guys want to see? Well, the Naval Air... Well, you say the end game on domination games is Resident Sleeper, but I'm literally about to get bombers. And then it'll be an immediate beeline for aircraft carriers. And I'm the most technologically advanced civ in the game, except, like, maybe... a couple people who've, like, just made a little bit more science than me. PotatoMcWhiskey. When are you going to drink whiskey? I drink whiskey all the time. You still plan on playing Old World? Probably. But because I'm a little bit sick... Let me think about today. What time is it? It's 5 o'clock. I started half an hour late. I'm sick. My throat is already sore from doing 2.5 hours of streaming. Do I stop now or do I do another episode? I think I stop while I'm ahead. My voice is still recovering. We got 2 good episodes in. We're recovering off an illness. We'll see if we can get a full stream in. Plus, I got to play D&D later. That's going to require my voice. I'm going to rest my voice and hopefully not fuck it up so we can stream tomorrow. We'll continue this game. Hopefully finish it tomorrow or the day after. There will be a new video series coming soon. Not your mom, you don't have to go to school, stop excusing and recover. I'm just thinking through my options. I think my voice is a bit sore. I'm coming off an illness. So I think this was like enough for me to do today. And we'll go a little bit harder tomorrow, and we'll get back up to the daily stream thing. It's a pretty bad cough. I don't want to aggravate it anymore, so I'm going to call that the end of the stream. I love you all very much. However, we are Twitch affiliated now, which means our peeps, the people who subscribe, I love you all. Twitch primers, you occupy a prime position in my heart. Now, let's just quickly go to twitch.tv and find someone we would like to host. Oh!
What are you talking about?
There is a guy I know, okay? And he is a game mechanic. He is a mechanic of game. He will fix your game. Okay? And we are going to go raid him. The game mechanic. Okay? I want you all to be ready. When we go through the portal, when you join the raid, when you enter into the territory of my mortal enemy, I want you to tell him that industrial zones are S tier. Okay? We're going to write it in the chat. Industrial zones are actually S tier. Okay, copy paste that message. We're gonna jump in. We're gonna harass them. And they're gonna post a clip, but the clip doesn't exist. It's not real. We got 229 viewers ready to raid. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye.
That was bad. Oh no, the spam! This chat spam! You know what? In our particular game, we're gonna go to space, and in this particular